Well, we're back to making progress after almost a week and a half hiatus from it. So one thing I've done, you can see I've got the oil filter, strainer, whatever you want to call it, back in its hole. It's just hooked into the oil pump right there. All the rod caps are on, and I've gone ahead and folded down the tabs for the connecting rods, so you can see that. That was something that I had not done yet the last time, or the last video that I worked on or showed. Recently just got the water pump back on. That was a little bit of a trial. So there's a spec for lash between the oil gear and the water pump gear. So to meet that spec to the best of my ability, I figured out I needed to put two gaskets in there. Hopefully that works. If not, oh well, and I guess I'll have trouble later. Because the manual itself is not really helpful with determining gap. The gasket that came off of here, there was no way I could ever save it or anything else, so I just had to shim it. Next step that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the cover on, and I'll just talk about some things while I put the cover on. And so I'll go ahead and get the camera set up for that, and we will do that. Alright, I figured I would, while I'm putting this cover on, I would explain some of the things I have left to do on this 820 before I feel comfortable enough to go ahead and put coolant in it and start it up after I get the pony motor done, of course. So right now I'm putting on the cover plate. I thought I had it lined up. There are no specs for these bolts in the manual, so I'm going to tighten these bolts down to 10 foot-pounds. I'm pretty confident that will be enough. I'm pretty sure these bolts can't handle much more than that. In fact, 10 foot-pounds might be too much, but that's what I'm comfortable with. I don't want it to leak as we move forward. So obviously you see that I've replaced one bolt. One was a little too far gone, and so after I got to inspecting it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my wrench and tighten them down to just get them tight with the wrench or with the ratchet, and then I'll get my torque wrench out here in just a minute. So once I get this pony motor back together, one of the things I'm trying to figure out right now is exactly how I want to break it in. Breaking in this pony motor is something I'm a little scared about because I don't know how to properly break it in. It says there's a break-in schedule on this ring sheet right here, and it says 5 minutes of no load at 800 RPM, 5 minutes no load at 1500 to 2000, and then 5 minutes quarter load at 1900 to 2200 RPM, and then you go up to 3/4 throttle, and then etc., etc. And so I don't know if I should follow that or not. It's one of those deals that it seems a little odd. This engine, I don't even know if it would successfully turn 800 RPMs. But I don't know if I want to try to break it in on like an engine test stand, or if I want to break it in on the tractor itself. Obviously the tractor itself has the cooling system, and so the cooling system would obviously be a whole lot better. So, alright, so those are down to 10 foot-pounds. I'm happy with that. So now we can turn around and I can put the timing cover on. I'm not going to put the water pump cover on quite yet, mostly because I don't want to at the moment, because I've still got to see, I don't want this hanging off and I've got to move stuff around, so I'll put that on. That'll probably be one of the last things that I'll put on. So I'm going to go ahead and get the timing cover on, and then I'll start working on the heads and the manifolds and everything, and we will go from there.